Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our June 21st Century Directors Meeting. It's nice to see you all here. Hope you're having a lovely summer and staying as cool as you possibly can. I'm going to go ahead and get us started here and share the agenda for today. So, thanks for finding your way here. Sorry if you got caught in the other room. The link is updated um, in the calendar invite moving forward, so it shouldn't be an issue after this. Um, but I'm glad you're all here, and we're gonna start this morning by talking. I'm gonna kick it over to Joe, and we're gonna talk a little bit about contracts.
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, everybody's favorite topic, right? Contracts. Thank you. I think most everybody has gotten their contracts back to me for the following funding year, which technically kicks off on July 1st, so Tuesday. If you haven't, please do get that back to me as quickly as possible. Um, we're doing something a little different this year. So again, I appreciate you sending the signed contracts back, getting them all ready to go. This will be hopefully the last year you have to do an annual contract for new awards. So those of you who are receiving an additional new or kicking off a new grant for this year, you will still go through the same process with the contracts and everything. But years 2 through 5, we're setting up a new process to hopefully try to streamline things, make it a little easier, where you will just log into CASA, answer a couple of kind of quick questions, kind of assurance statements, and then upload either kind of a signed award notice. We're still kind of working out the kinks, but something just basically saying, I agree to this amount that you're providing me. I will accept it. Clicking this button essentially is an e-signature. We won't have to go through an actual paper contract anymore. So again, we're still kind of working that out. For this year, for kind of a transitional year, we've got something a lot simpler than that, where you will go into CASA beginning on Tuesday, so July 1st. Someone, doesn't matter who's on your staff, whoever submits claims is probably going to be the easiest. You will log in. You will be presented with a prompt to accept your award amount for this following year. You will go through a series of 5 questions, literally only 5, very basic assurance statements like I'll provide a safe environment, I will not supplant any funding, and then you will upload your signed contract. So I realize you've already provided it to us, but we need you to the kind of the motion or the activity of you uploading it is what's going to be the agreement, and then clicking submit will open up your funding for this following year. This year, excuse me. So I apologize. You got to kind of go back through the uploading of the contract, but it will be relatively painless, hopefully. And then moving forward, like I said, we're still kind of ironing out the details, but it'll be something very similar. You'll log in, review the assurance statement, review the award amount that is being requested or that's being provided based on your original award package, and then you'll click submit and off and running. Are there any questions about that?
Yes, hi, Joe. Who did you say is probably the best person to go in and do this?
I would say probably whoever's most comfortable in CASA. It doesn't need to be like a superintendent or CEO or
Okay,
anything like that. Yep.
thank you.
Whoever has an account already.
Joe, are you sending out instructions for our financial people to do that? Or is it just that we're supposed to say, hey, log into CASA and do this?
I can try to work out some instructions. I think it's going to be very basic. It should prompt you, but I'll work with our programmers to see if there's anything special we need to do.
And then what is the deadline for having things uploaded and
Mhm.
submitted in CASA?
So it will open on Tuesday, July 1st. I would say, you can have a couple weeks, but ideally the sooner the better. Because it will kind of, if we wait too long, then it's going to create issues with reimbursements. So I would say as soon as possible, but you probably have a couple of weeks if needed. Okay. And then moving forward, some additional news is we are rolling the application process into CASA. I think this has maybe been discussed before, but the current process is there's a website that's hosted by the After School Alliance. Now it's all going to be in CASA. So hopefully, again, that will help streamline some things. So we're not kind of going back and forth about different amounts and budgets and forms and everything. It'll all be encompassed within CASA. So those of you who are wanting to submit an application for the following year, so beginning in October timeframe, September, October timeframe, you would log in through CASA, and then it will be the same application. It'll just be within the CASA tool. There won't be another separate website that you have to go to do that. And then again, the details are all being worked out, but it will look the same. Literally the same questions, same layout, same everything. It's just being moved into the CASA system.
And so, and Joe, we'll make sure that's part of our directors meeting in September too. So if
Mhm.
there are things that that you need to know, or, I mean, potentially we could even be far enough along that we could show you. I don't know if that will be the case or not, but
That's what I'm hoping.
possible.
Yeah. So it's already built, kind of the bones, all the questions and everything. We just need to kind of test it, kind of run through things and everything. But yeah, I plan to have a training kind of built and a kind of process work through by the Impact After School Conference. Yep.
Great.
Any questions on that? The kind of CASA changes? Okay. Yeah, we're hoping kind of consolidating it all in one place, application, claims, everything all loaded together is going to be a lot easier. There's quite a bit of back end work, and as you know, mistakes get made unfortunately sometimes. So hopefully the system can kind of seamlessly move things around, and we won't run into any issues of having to kind of enter data, bring it down, re-enter it, check it, re-enter it, and kind of those issues I know have happened in the past.
Great.
Okay. Um, Also, within speaking of CASA, that's the the highlight of the day. Claims are open, so fourth quarter claims are open. You should have gotten some notices, but it opened in kind of early June here. It closes on July 15th, so we want to make sure you get in there, you get your claims kind of built out and ready to go. And so again, July 15th, it's hard to believe it's almost July. It's next week. So you still have a couple of weeks yet, but July 15th is going to be the deadline you're going to really want to watch out for. And then it looked like a couple of people had started, but mostly nobody has yet. And again, I know summer gets a little tricky and things have been going on, but just a quick reminder, you have until July 15th to get that submitted within CASA for your fourth quarter claims.
Hey, Joe, question in the chat.
Mhm.
Wondering who, I'm guessing it's going to be you, to contact to see if they can reapply for folks that are finishing in their 5th year.
Yep. So reach out to me. I think, Brandon, you maybe had asked before if there are any specific kind of processes or procedures. I don't believe there is. Give me a heads up and I'll kind of run through all the documentation. But yeah, that of course will be within the application when you apply. There's more steps you have to go through about your previous years, your kind of success rates on your goals, stuff like that. So the application process is a little bit more detailed. But in terms of kind of prior approval, there really isn't much that I'm aware of. But yeah, give me a heads up if you want to run through things, and we're happy to kind of have that conversation.
Great, thanks.
Trying to think if there's any other updates. We have not heard from the Department of Education on our waiver request. As you may recall, we had a waiver request to essentially consolidate funds into like one large bucket, and hopefully have additional flexibility at the state level of how we manage our federal funds. We have not heard about an update on that or kind of any information on that. I unfortunately don't have any other information in terms of just the federal budget in general. That's, I know, still being debated, kind of going back and forth and so forth, but I do not have any insider information, unfortunately, to share with you. We are also kind of waiting and kind of fingers crossed, fingers and toes crossed that nothing kind of dramatic happens, but we unfortunately don't have any other news to share.
Joe, do you have, I don't think you do, but do you have any news on whether or not they're doing a 21st Century Summer Conference this year?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I
I think
don't
it got
think so. We
canceled.
would have
Yeah.
known by now, I would
The
imagine, right?
summer symposium. Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen anything, and yeah, we definitely would have been told by now.
Yeah.
Which is a bit of a bummer. I was hoping to go and kind of check things out, especially if it was in California or somewhere nice. But no, no. My assumption, I haven't gotten an official notice, but yeah, I think it's kind of was just a casualty, right, of some of the budget
Yeah,
changes. Yep.
absolutely. Okay. Okay, great. All right, well, I think I'm up. Talking about site visits to new grantees in October. We are going to be doing those this fall. I'm really excited to visit you. If you wrote a new proposal, even if you're a seasoned sub-grantee, Adriana and I, or just I, will be coming to see your program, and I'm looking really forward to it. So it's just a best practice visit. It's not evaluative, as those of you who've been around for a while know. It's just about gathering information and talking with you about, your plans for your program and providing any kind of help and assistance that I can from IAA. So if you are going to be a new grantee this year, even if you've had a grant in the past, we'll be looking at scheduling a visit probably in October or November coming up. So that's exciting. It's exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you. I can't wait to come out and see your program and your kids and you in person. Any questions about that? And we're also looking forward to welcoming a new grantee too. We have everybody coming back, with new grants, and then we also have a brand new grantee that will be, joining us later this summer, early fall. So that will be very fun to bring them into the group, and I know everybody will give a warm welcome and offer all of the help that we can as they're getting a new program off the ground. If you have registered already for Impact After School, thank you very much. We are rolling with registration. We've got a lot of really good proposals coming in for new sessions this year. I'm excited to share with you what we've got. A schedule will be coming out probably at the end of July, early August, so you'll be able to see what kind of sessions you'll be able to choose. We've got really good vendors putting in their request to exhibit at the conference as well. If you haven't registered yet, please do as early as possible because, well, one really important thing is we want to do t-shirts this year, and the the t-shirt is really cute, and I would love to be able to give you the size that you need. So the earlier you register and tell us what you want, the more likely you are to get it, and your staff as well. So if you have any issues with registration, you can reach out to myself, you can reach out to Adriana, and make sure that your staff are registering too. Let's see, what else can I say? Oh, I wanted to also mention again about additional registrants at Impact After School. Just please remember, and I know you probably already all know this, but it bears repeating, you are able to bring community partners with you to Impact, partners that work with you on your program. We have been approved in the past to use 21st Century PD dollars to bring folks in who collaborate with 21st Century and who partner with us. So, consider maybe bringing some of your partners or some of your, really the ones that you collaborate with all the time, if they would like to come and be part of the conference. If they'd also like to have a table, we can work out something where if they're coming to the conference, then they don't have to pay an exhibitor fee or something like that. You just talk with me. We're small enough and nimble enough that we can make those exceptions and changes and work with you directly on that kind of thing. But We'd love to see lots of partners, especially that first evening after the directors meeting when we're really hoping to bring people together to celebrate after school and really showcase what's been happening in Iowa. Um, any questions about impact or registration or using funds or hotels or food or anything like that that I can answer for you right now? Just gonna wait a minute in case somebody is getting up the nerve to come off mute. You never know.
I really
All
like
right.
that idea of bringing a partner. Yeah, if you have anybody, that's a great idea, and it kind of helps build that relationship, right? And they might take some more stuff back, and no, that's a great idea. Or even prospective partners, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, or somebody from like your chamber of commerce, or your local economic development, or some of those partners that maybe want a better grasp of what after school is, and
Mhm.
what it can do in different ways, and kind of learn from different perspectives, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. We love to see it. School administrators, anybody that's got a stake in out of school time is welcome. All right. There's a link on here too. I've gotten a few questions recently about folks that are wondering if there is protocol for what you should do as a program if ICE were to have a presence at your program. Some folks were a little thinking or potentially worried that there might be a presence at like pickup time of after school programs. And I know we've been through this in the past and just heightened again right now. I've included some guidance here from the After School Alliance. I would really also encourage you, if you haven't done so already, or if you're not super connected with your school district policy, to see if there is one and what that includes, and to make sure that you do have something in place in the after school program as well, so that you know what you would do if something like that were to happen and that you would be prepared. Any questions about that? Okay. You can reach out to us directly too, although, what we have to offer is pretty, it wouldn't be super specific to your site, but we can talk through some ideas with you as well. Director's meeting is September 24th at 2 p.m. It will probably not be next week that you will get a registration link for that, but the week after, next week with the holiday, I'm thinking, I don't know that I'll get a lot back if people are taking time off and things like that, but the following week, it will most likely just be a Google link that we're going to be asking you, who's coming. Director attendance is required, but you can also bring anyone from the program that you feel might benefit. So if you've got somebody from your business office that you want to bring, if you've got a grant writer, especially since we're going to be talking about the new CASA system this year, if you want to bring somebody that's doing grant writing for you, if you want to bring your evaluator, all of those folks would definitely benefit from being part of those conversations. And you're welcome to bring anybody that you want. We've got room, and we'd love to see them. So just be watching here within about the next 10 days for a link for you to tell us who will be coming to that. If you have any updates or changes to the communities of practice committees, I know we've had some turnover with staff and directors and that type of thing. So if you need to get signed up for a community of practice, or if you want to add one, or if you want to change one, or if suddenly just have the great feeling like you want to be a chair or a co-chair, like you're just feeling the inspiration, please email me or Adriana, and we'll get you connected and hooked up, and that would be fantastic. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do here is put this link in the chat. It is your ticket out of here today. We want to know from you, and then we also want to know from your staff. So I'm going to include this in the email summary about longevity in after school programs, because part of what we're going to do at the conference is make sure that we are recognizing folks for all of the amazing work that they've done over the years with kids in after school programs. And don't worry, we're not going to make you stand under a spotlight or anything like that, but we do want to make sure that people are getting recognized. It's a hard job, and it's sometimes feels like we can do a little bit of right, and maybe people are upset with you sometimes. You know what? I'm just calling it like it is. But what you do for kids and families is amazing, and you deserve to be celebrated, and all of your amazing staff deserve that too. So please follow the link in the chat today before you leave. And otherwise, we're going to open it up for questions about anything, not just that. And Joe will be here and I will be here to answer those. So let's stop the share so we can look at each other's faces. Joe, anything else you wanted to add before we open up the field for questions?
I don't think so. I still hope to kind of get out and visit some of you over the summertime here, definitely in the fall, but just with everything else going on, I've just been kind of getting buried with stuff. So I'll be reaching out to some of you again, trying to kind of focus more on like just visits to kind of grow the relationships, kind of learn about you, not necessarily like an audit or anything like that. But I definitely want to try to get out and travel around if you're able to take me. But
Wonderful.
I'll be reaching out.
Great. Well, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording. Stay on if you have anything that you want to talk about that's specific to your program. And otherwise, have a lovely weekend, and we will see you next month.